When we are in pursuit of something we cannot understand, always starts with a question from our thoughts of the experiences we felt, especially when discomfort arises. In fact, philosophy doesn't start with having all the right answers, it starts with asking the right questions when things stop making sense. This question I ask myself, why society has become more divided than before? When I asked this question, it came from my frustration about my realization that my value system doesn't accord to the norm, where the norm on the world we're living. But in reality, this has become more complicated than before when electing leaders of our country. If you're living here in the Philippines during the 2022, you know what I'm talking about. And that was the moment where I got into philosophy of values and virtue. But there are problems that I had. First is that I don't like reading books because I suck at reading, and two, the habits I incorporated stems to my old values. To combat these two problems, I had started with listening to compilations of quotes being narrated by various authors here on YouTube, whether I'm working on my laptop or taking a walk outside to feel relaxed from the noise of my thoughts. Instead of listening to music like I do most of my time, which has become my habit for years since I was studying from college and earned my degree. Little did I know I was starting to fix my habits slowly. So instead of listening to music, then listening to compilations of quotes on YouTube, I finally picked up listening to audiobooks and set a goal to myself of finishing one audiobook under a week or two. Moreover, I'm a sole believer that listening is one of the most important skill in communication as part of our learning experiences. And listening has been around for thousands of years, even the earlier times. I started with what I call secondary reads. Books like accessible self-help that use direct, plain language, making them perfect if you have no background in dense literature like from my experiences. Non-fiction books that falls in self-help books are good examples of this because the language that is used on self-help books are direct and plain. So, going back to my venture of audiobooks, Going back to my venture of audiobooks, I started with easier self-help books and old textbooks after a few months of listening to audiobooks. I had built myself this confidence that I am ready to pick up a book and take it wherever I go. Secondary books like nonfiction self-help books has helped me started reading books on my pastime, whether I'm at home, sitting at the bus during a commute ride going to work, or going home after work. Self-help nonfiction books has somewhat helped me fix my problems that were temporary and how it introduced me to old literature. Looking back, that frustration I felt during the 2022 elections didn't get solved overnight. But reading taught me to question my own values before judging others and gave me a permission to outgrow mindsets that no longer serve who I am becoming. In my first year of reading, I realized accessible books don't just solve immediate everyday problems. They build to bridge to classic literature that challenges how we think. They force us to slow down, check on our assumptions before making hasty judgments, and reassess our core values. Ultimately, reading gave me a courage to outgrow the beliefs that no longer serve me. If you've been struggling to start reading, if you've been struggling to start reading, don't worry about picking up dense ancient philosophy on day one. If you feel stuck where I was hating books but searching for answers, start with audiobooks or easy reads. You don't have to read classics right away to start changing your life. What's the book or topic you've been hesitant to dive into? Let me know in the comments down below. To end this video and to answer my question that I thought of myself years ago, why society has become more divided than before. And did reading shed a light to answer this question that I thought? My answer is yes. For example, I read Maria Reza's work, this title, How to Stand Up to a has helped me understand that there's no person who is stupid or bobo in Filipino Tagalog, because the problem of our society stems from one of the important causes that led to this situation, which is the existing problems of social media, la, like overconsumption or of news that sparked our impulsive human emotions and false narratives that influence the way of thinking of the masses in a negative way that affect our decision making in crucial times like electing officials in our country. Lastly, another example is a book I read from Massimo Pigliucci's work, The Quest for Character, taught me of one of the most important lessons about the intersections of philosophy and politics, where it argues that good leadership depends on good character and that character is rooted in virtue rather than charisma, popularity, or fame.